One, two, 1, 2. We back at it again. Surround Sound DJs Television. Your boy Big Tex the Lonestar.
And DJ Unknown, aka the Unknown DJ. What's happening, man?
Yeah, man, this the year-end review, man. We finally got back together to get y'all another video. One thing me and Unknown talked about, man, we gonna be more consistent next year, man, because we do have some fans out there. Y'all been hitting us up, letting us know, hey, man, when the next video. Like I said, it's the holiday season, so you know we were slacking, eating and drinking and whatnot. So, but we're going to get back on it. Now we want to talk about overall for the year, who was winning in 2012. We got a little list of names here. One of the first ones Unknown had mentioned was Rick Ross and MMG. Want to expand on that?
Yeah, this year, especially as a DJ, you really couldn't go wrong with Ross, even though it was a little oversaturated, you know, kind of like Wayne was year before. But you couldn't lose with it, you know. Dance flow got hype when you put it on, you know, the features he was on, you know, even the feature he did with Usher, you know what I'm saying? You know, whether he went with the R&B or he went with the hardcore, you know what I'm saying? And with him dropping that last mixtape, he put out a lot of the controversy with the Jewish, the symbols and the GDs and everything like that. Just kept his name out there. He did have a little trouble with the seizures. I thought we wasn't go have no more Ross, you know what I'm saying? But I guess, you know, whether it was true or not, I don't know. But, you know, he seemed like he's taking better care of himself. But you know, I see, you know, with Meek Mills coming out and then Staley and Wale, you know, I don't see MMG going nowhere anytime soon. And I can't say that's a bad thing, you know, from a DJ's perspective. I am looking forward to the Wale and Meek Mills for that matter in 2013. So.
Yeah, now I just seen on Dat Piff, shouts out to Dat Piff. They one of the exclusive mixtape hosting sites. Wale just dropped one, I think yesterday on Christmas, Florine, if I'm not mistaken, mixtape. So hopefully I'm gonna get a chance to check that out. Maybe we can give you a review on that on our next show. I knew Rick Ross was gonna have a hell of a year when I saw him do the pregame show at the Super Bowl with Mariah Carey. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, like those type of events, because of kind of what happened with Janet Jackson, they really, you know, are keen on who they put out there. And for him to get that spot and was out there with Mariah Carey, who is a media darling, you see her now, she revived her career on American Idol. It just showed me like, okay, well, he that next in line, you know, with the pull that he had with Def Jam and Jay-Z and all that. So you're going to be seeing bigger and better things from Rick Ross, man. So stay healthy, big boy, and keep putting out that music. Next we want to talk about is Nicki, Wayne, and YMCMB. Unknown?
It just seemed like a broken record, you know what I'm saying? Every year, new well, it's not necessarily a new crop of talent, but, you know, it's the same folks, you know what I'm saying, that show up every year. And like I said, I can't say that's a bad thing from a DJ perspective. As long as they putting out music to keep my dance floor crunk, I'm with it, you know what I'm saying? You know, it does get kind of redundant, but, you know, it is what it is. Drake, Nicki, Wayne, you know, that's what it is. And as long as they putting out the music. And one thing I just thought of when you talking about Ross, with the Ross, the MMG, the Cash Money, and even Bad Boy, I'm glad that they kind of, I'm not saying they came into like to be a conglomerate or whatever for this year, but you didn't see as many beefing with their artists, so they came out with some good collabos.
Right.
You know, that came out throughout the year, and that's you know, beefing is, I guess, with hip hop, you know, that's natural, you know, a natural thing with hip hop, but that tends to break apart the different collabs that come together and make some good music. down the road. So yeah, Lil Wayne, I see pretty much took a back seat this year. You know, whether it was because of his legal troubles or whether he's just getting tired of it and letting the Young Bucks take over. Because I mean, damn, Nicki by herself is bringing in a mint for YMCMB right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out, you know, Drake. Of course, he doing his thing. You know, he dropped the album earlier this year. I'm not sure when is he expecting a new album coming out next year. I don't know, but you know, his features are still hot. So, you know, as a DJ again, you know, that's what I need. You know,
they keep the dance floor hot, and shouts out to Nicki. Now, I'm kind of a hip hop purist, man. I like it when the hip hop artists kind of stay in the hip hop lane, but I can't be mad at them when they venture out kind of in that pop lane. And Nicki has become a pop darling. I mean, like, look at the word Minaj. When you say Minaj, you talking about you having sex with 3 people. That's what we know it as. But in this day and age, it's not even taboo to say a whole name. It's like Nicki Minaj, she on American Idol. You know, she kind of had the little fight with her and Mariah, but she's everywhere. You know, she has Pepsi deals. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I love to see these people getting this money. Be honest with you, I love to see them get their money. I want to see them invest, and I also want to see them bring it back to the hood. But Lil Wayne doing very well. He got the hood going crazy. The younger hood part, you know, generation with the truck fit. One of my cousins was telling me she had to run around 3-4 malls just to find a T-shirt, and we talking about $40-$50 T-shirt, truck fit, you know, with a truck and truck fit on the front. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but I'm glad that we are still, even though the music on a whole has kind of went down as far like people actually buying it, doing more download, but you go have to support these artists in other ways. You know, he got truck fit and he's skateboarding, and he doing this, doing that. Make sure y'all go and support him.
And shout out to GT DJ down here in Houston, because I understand he's official truck fit DJ now. So yeah, shout out to DJ man, GT.
Hey, Wayne, if you need some more sponsors, man, come holler at us, man. You know, we surround South, but we can be truck fit too, baby. So next on the list, man, we want to mention Kanye and Good Music. Once again, you know, these will kind of be 3 sets of conglomerates that are putting out great music. You know, Kanye spearheading, he's back on top of his game. He has, Big Sean. Big Sean did big things with his album and his latest Detroit mixtape. Now, some of the ones kind of took a back burner a little bit with Common, John Legend, but the other guys that he's brought forth, he's worked a lot with 2 Chainz. He tried to get 2 Chainz on his label. Excuse me, I apologize. My phone going off.
Nah, that's cool. But the Click song, you know what I'm saying? It's almost New Year's Eve, and I have to guess that, you know, they came strong with that Click song. I personally think Jay-Z killed it, but I think personally that's gonna probably be the midnight hip hop jam 2013 this year, because Kanye did his thing too. I gotta say, when Jay-Z jumped on there, I think he ate it up. They should have put him at the end, personally.
He should have ran last leg. That was a great song to me. Probably one of the top 10 best hip hop songs of 2012.
Yeah, I'd say probably creep to the top 5 personally, but that's just me.
Hey, next we have on the list, Titty Boy, aka 2 Chainz. Man, I mean, 2 Chainz won this year. I mean, whether or not you like his music, you don't like his music, he won all the way around, man. And I can say, really now, I was one of the ones who had some opposition when he first came out, but I have more respect for what he's doing now, just because I see the grind and the hustle behind it. I don't necessarily like all the music that he coming out with, but he's definitely doing his thing. Keeping his name hot. He's jumping on all the hot features. Right now, he's on Bands Make a Dance with the Juicy J and Lil Wayne. His album went platinum. I mean, big numbers. I mean, you couldn't miss him. He had the birthday song. He had Ride. He had was Riding Around Them Getting. You know, I mean, he parlayed his mixtape over to his album. So he's had a hell of a year.
You can't forget the Adidas contract, man.
I saw that, man. I was TV so my wife say 2 Chainz getting that corporate money now. And that's what you got to do.
That's what they starting to realize.
Justification, man.
They starting to realize that it's not 100% about the music. I don't even think it's really, you know, 70, 5% of the music. It's almost like a 50-50, man. You put the music out 50%, get your change, and then you go for that corporate money, man.
Exactly.
That's where it is.
You know, that's that. If you kind of see the pioneers who did it first,
Russell.
Of course, it was Russell. But looking at the artists themselves, of course, Jay-Z did it recently within the last 10 years. 50 Cent did it because he had Reebok. Jay-Z had Reebok. You know, back again, say Russell and Run DMC had Adidas. So they got these sponsorships, and then they switched it over from music, television, movies to acting. So, in a whole, it's kind of like, you know, once you get your name established, then all the other avenues will open up for you.
For real, yeah. And with 2 Chainz, man, you know, we laughed at first, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the first time that I kind of, other than Duffel Bag Boy, the first time I actually kind of took notice that he was trying to make that transition was, I think it was year before last, BET, that Cypher he was on. And I think that's when he, I don't even say officially turned into 2 Chainz, but that's when he started hollering a lot and making people notice that. And I was like, that's Titty Boy, man. But, you know, and who would have thought, you know, 2 years later, the boy is probably, you know, one of the top 5, you know, MCs this year, you know, as far as popularity, you know, because you can't go anywhere without that ad lib, man. That's just like burned in your brain now, whether you like it or not.
The last person I heard who had a slogan like that was Mike Jones. I mean, to where when you hear 2 Chainz, you knew, you know, he had a jam on. So that was kind of our winning list. Now, who lost for 2012 in our opinion?
Oh, hold on, I forgot to add ASAP Rocky, man. I think he really, you know, he's another one that's probably on the bubbling list that we got coming up. But yeah.
On the losing, like say, first, Lil Scrappy. Now, this is not intended to diss anybody. You know, we just saying based on kind of the expectations this person may have had for this year or what we had heard, they didn't really do what we thought they was going to do.
Yeah, the 15 minutes of fame that he knew he was getting with this show, I'm not sure he capitalized on it. The few singles that I've heard, you know, they was all right, but it's nothing that I can put down in the club to get the dance. It's more like a warm up, you know, take a listen, sample it, tell me what you think. But it's nothing really hard that was hitting that actually, you know, would give me the confidence to play it at prime time at a club, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you know, he had been off the scene for so long, man, and what happened, it kind of likened to me, in a sense, what happened with Snoop. When Dre left Death Row, he kind of took all the mojo with it. Now, Snoop was kind of left to pick up the pieces. Now, Snoop was a hustler. He went to No Limit. He put out a few more albums, then he kind of got back with Dre, but not really. I think Scrappy, man, and a lot of them cats from that early 2000 era, man, fell off because Lil Jon fell out. I mean, Lil Jon, man, was a powerhouse with their production. With him and the East Side Boys. And, like, that was his protege, him and Trillville. And when they kind of fell off musically, it's like he didn't really have, no one had a sound that was cultivated for Scrappy. And then, of course, you know, he fell to the back. He was in love with Diamond. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, he had a baby and they was together, you know, so he kind of musically he fell back. He did the little thing with 50 Cent. It really didn't work out. So I'm hoping for good things for Scrappy because, you know, in essence of what he was when he first came out, a little bit younger, he kind of had that rowdy, crunk gangster music, which was cool, and he had his own lane for that. And I'm hoping that he can have a resurgence. But, you know, he had dropped the album. He tried to capitalize on it, but I just don't think the music was strong enough to help sustain whatever little wave that he had coming from Love and Hip Hop. Especially
with all he went through in Love and Hip Hop, because it's like, all right, man, you kind of putting yourself out there like that. At least give me something that I can use. But you know.
Now, another person that we thought was quote unquote losing would be 50 Cent and the G Unit. Now, 50 had been anticipating to drop an album this year. I heard him on a couple of singles. I know he did a single with a cat named Love Rants, which was a nice little jam. Beat It Up. He had another song he did with
Speaking of losing, where's Love Rants?
Man, I don't know. I mean,
shout out to Love Rants. I still play the song, but dude, come on, man.
They dropped that cut. It was hot down here, hot in the club. Then all of a sudden it fell off. And another one, I can't think of his name. but they did a remake of the New Shoes song, and I was liking that myself.
Oh, that's a man. Yeah.
They did a remix to Buzz. Well, 50 was on the remix to Buzz. So when I heard those songs, like, okay, 50 gearing up to drop something major. I was saying, we ain't hear nothing from him. Now, one thing, if y'all got Netflix or y'all crucial with their Redbox, 50 got a million movies on Redbox. I mean, I don't know if it's his own money, he putting up for being an executive producer. He got a million little BC movies on Netflix and in the Redbox. So maybe that's what he was doing. But, musically we were looking for something more, but it didn't happen.
And then he tried to, like, the last couple of weeks, then he tried to, try to start some mini beefs. But, it's like, man, that shit worked back with Rule back then. But you ain't gonna get no bite now, man, because people getting money out. They ain't really worried about it.
And he's not relevant. Like, that to beef with 50 Cent right there, that's like beefing with Kwame or somebody, or Big Daddy Kane. They don't really have a lot of relevance in the game no more. I mean, like, until he come out and drop something, if you want to beef with somebody, you go at Ross, or you go at Drake, or you go at 2 Chainz, go at somebody who hot, who, if they bite and, retort, then okay, now you got something going. But, as it really hit the whole G unit, what's left of it, we ain't heard nothing from Tony Yayo. We heard nothing from Lloyd Banks. Who else am I missing?
Game ain't on there, but he actually doing something.
Yeah, so, but they lose.
Young Buck, you said Buck?
Buck, man, Buck is a tragedy. I mean, we Southside cats, man. We roll with Buck when he was initially trying to get down Cash Money, and he got picked up with 50. Buck, man, it's like a wasted talent, man. I mean, we would love to see him hit the scene and come back and do his thing, but I remember when the Locks had problem with Puffy. They say Puffy was a paper gangster, and right now 50 Cent doing the same thing, man. That man can't release no music without 50's authorization. So
then Uncle Sam got in that ass. You know what I'm saying? Once Uncle Sam get in that ass, it's
tax evasion and it's rough. The other people who we say was losing, we kind of grouped them both together, Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown. I'm gonna speak on Lil' Kim. Last I had seen Lil' Kim, she had did an interview earlier this year on Power 105 with DJ Envy, the Breakfast Club out of New York, Charlamagne the God and Angela Yee. Shouts out to them. She had a poignant interview. You know what I'm saying? When she spoke on the beef with her and Nicki, and what kind of stalled her comeback, so to say. But to me, Lil' Kim, you're a veteran in the game. You don't let that stall you. If anything, it should have made you more hungry to come out and put out some good music. Now, I don't know if it's just you used to being kind of clicked up to where, you had other artists or label kind of really pushing you. But, to me, with your worth in the game and your name, you don't really need them other cats, man. You just, find some hot producers and go to work, man. You could have ate Nicki Minaj up if you wanted to do that, or that gave you the motivation to put that album out, man. But you didn't really need to be clicked up with Cash Money or No Limit, whatever. Do your thing, Kim. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel that she's really, really bitter, especially when it comes to Cash Money and Nicki, because she said she was crafting a sound that Nicki stole from her. And I think she's really bitter with that, and that's caused a stagnant, in her career.
Yeah, I think once she got into it with Nicki, man, and because Nicki was basically connected with a lot of the female entertainers, of the game right now, it kind of alienated Lil' Kim by default. You know what I'm saying? So, if Nicki is cool with Keisha Cole, and Nicki is cool with with all these other artists, Missy Elliott and stuff like that. If Kim is coming out and she normally when females they come out they stick together. I'm not necessarily mean they need to be on every song, but a collab here, collab there. But if they not willing to be down with you because you beefing with this person, then she kind of hurt herself doing that. You know what I'm saying? Mixtape came out. I understand it did okay. But you know, the whole premise of the mixtape was she was going at Nicki instead of putting out good music. So unfortunately, you know, Nicki, I still jam hardcore to this day. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you was one of the losers for 2012.
Now, Unknown, you had mentioned Foxy. You want to speak on that?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really much. I mean, Foxy actually was cool with Nicki, but it didn't quite ride the coattails per se to get back on. I mean, it pretty much was just a flame out. I mean, I don't even know if she put out a mixtape, but
man, can she hear?
Yeah. Her
hearing
came back. That was years ago. It came back, but it's just unfortunate, man, because a lot of these artists, you know, we grew up with, and it just seemed like now it's just like the wounded boxers, man. They trying.
It's like the ghost of Christmas past.
They trying, but they just don't have it no more, and they just got to give it up to the young bucks. But you know, Missy, I understand Missy's trying to make a comeback. I really wasn't too impressed with the two songs that her and Timberland came out with, like they collabed and came out with. I think it's Ninth Inning or something like that. But I really wasn't impressed. You know, I don't know.
I did like the collabo she did with J. Cole. That was jam.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, it wasn't really a club album, so I couldn't really do nothing with it in the club unless you know, start off with it. It was cool, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we want some. I need something to give me
some mystery.
Yeah, man. You know, but you know, shout out to Missy. You know, she coming back, Timbo. What's up?
I know.
It's funny. Not necessarily a loser, but I understand this is probably the last year of the Skills wrap up, because I heard it and the last thing he said was probably gonna be it. So that's I guess that's a loss for everybody, because we do look forward to the wrap up at the end of the year. So I'm wondering who go pick it up and try to do it. It's probably not gonna be as good, but you know.
Yeah, man, because I did hear Friday. I saw 979 The Box tweeted that was gonna play it in the morning. Excellent. He did another excellent job, man. And I noticed what he did these last few wrap ups. He's actually made money off of it because he did some original production. Years past, he just jacked like the hottest beats, and he really couldn't get paid off of it. So, shouts out to Skills. He's still doing this thing, man. He hadn't put out
ghostwriting, man. That's where he
ghostwriting.
getting his money, man. So sometimes right now, that's how you do it, man. Production and ghostwriting, man.
Now, next topic, we going to what's trending. Excuse me. Trending. Next up, below. We got a list, man. We're going to go back and forth, give you our opinions, man. The first cat we have on our list is Chief Keef. I didn't initially hear a lot about him, but, you know, in hip-hop, you kind of hear a name, keep hearing a name, and then you eventually kind of hear their music. Well, this is a young dude, man. He's like 16, 17, 18. I don't like was real ratchet. We kind of talk about the ratchet movement, the ratchet, you know.
The year of the ratchet, 2012.
I still haven't heard enough from him to really give you a good synopsis of my view, but that song was hot. I did like the remix. Kanye jumped on it and some other cats, but who's he signed with?
And I think I want to say it's Warner. I'm not 100%. Warner or Atlantic. One of the two, I believe.
He's he just dropped the album, and like I said, I hadn't had a chance to hear it yet. Hopefully there can be one I can give you a review on. We can give you a review in January, but we know he's one that's trending. Trinidad
James, man. Trinidad James. Your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper. Man, it baffles me sometimes how cats get on. And, you know, and never underestimate. Well, when we talk and we criticize, a lot of people say it's hate. Been in the game. I know I've been in the game going on 12, 13 years. Red's probably unknown.
About the same.
All right. Now, circumstances happen. You know, opportunities open up, doors open. You got to put your work in. Trinidad James may have been rapping less than a year. Just got a deal for $2 million. I'm not hating. But from what I heard, that cat ain't worth $2, man. And that's just me, you know. Now, I've done some recent shows, man, and I'm not playing, but because I give my crowd what they want to hear, I play it for them. Man, I can't respect you. He ain't put enough work in the craft for me to respect what he's doing. And I ain't heard enough on a whole. But just to hear what I've heard, I can't give you no money, man, for that, man. I just can't.
Popping Miley, I'm sweating. Woo! I guarantee you turn the crossfade off on that part, the whole crowd going. Me, I have a different outlook on it, man. I mean, you know, Tech's real passionate about that, but I'm selfish, man. If it get my dance floor wide up, I don't care. I go home and fuss about it at the highs, but hey, man, that's just the way it is now, man. I mean, especially this year, the Ratchet. You know what I'm saying? The year the Ratchet music was winning this year, and I was happy because it kept my dance floor cracking.
And like I say, no, we both had the same goal, man. Because as DJs, we get a lot of our bread off word of mouth. So if we DJ a party, somebody say, man, DJ was jamming. He played everything we wanted to hear. We gonna get some more work. Now, if somebody say, oh man, DJ tripping, he won't play that song, you ain't finna get no more work. I don't care where you from. So as much as I dislike him as an artist, if the people want to hear it, I'm going to play it.
So we going to let Trinidad James eat. We going to let you eat.
$2 million though, man. Come on, man.
So, man, that ain't nothing to them folks, man.
I see.
$2 million. They just $2 million.
Next up, Kendrick Lamar. Now, he's another one. And be honest with you, I'm just going to tell y'all, man. A lot of times the DJs, man, especially me and Unknown, we working DJs. We work regular jobs for a living. So we have to kind of split the time up between work, family, and DJing. So I don't get a chance to hear a whole album. But what I've heard from Kendrick Lamar, man, he on my next list of that next generation of rappers where I'm going to buy his music. With your J. Cole's and your Wale's and them cats like that. Because he actually talking about something. He can make a song that's jamming, it's kind of a club, but then he can give you something with some introspection, give you a piece of him. See, in my opinion, what makes a good artist, whether it's you're an actress or a musician, you get a people part of you. See, I can't rap. If I was a hip-hop artist rapper, I can't rap Unknown's life. I ain't been in his shoes. But if I'm rapping about what I've been through, somebody out there gonna feel me, and that's gonna be my true fan. So when I hear Kendrick Lamar and I hear what he talking about, I can feel it. Because he's not trying to be Trinidad James or Chief Keef or Wale or Staley. He in his own lane. And that's what makes him a special breed of rapper.
Yeah, he definitely getting a lot of love. I believe he got 2 shows this weekend, Warehouse and House of Blues, and I think they both sold out. So, yeah, shout out to Kendrick. Yeah, as far as the album is concerned, you know, I enjoyed it. I think it was a little overhyped, you know what I'm saying, by being like the next, you know, I don't think it was the album of 2012. I don't think by a long shot, but, you know, it was put together real nice. Wasn't no any club bangers or anything like that on there, which the reason why I was kind of, initially I wasn't upset about that, but when I heard the A$AP Rocky joint with Kendrick on there, which is a club joint, fucking Problems, he went off on that, man, and I was like, God damn, I wish I would have had, you could have gave me like about 2, but I understand that it wouldn't have went through with the flow of how the album, because it was basically a story throughout the whole album. And the story was put together pretty good, you know what I'm saying? It was almost, I'm not comparing him to Big, but the way he was telling the story, he painted a perfect picture throughout that whole album. So if it was a Source thing, I'll probably give him 4 out of 5 mics on that one.
And that's deep, especially for a first album. Now,
yeah,
like you say, with the hype about it, now you got to kind of look at it this way too. Being with he's kind of a newcomer. They comparing his works to another, you know, other artists that's just coming out with their first album. So I think that's what the big hype. Not to mention Dre beat. You know what I'm saying? He had Dre. If you sign out, man?
I don't think so. Okay. But
he had the Dre affiliation.
Yeah, I agree. I'll say something, but I forgot.
All right. Next on the trending.
I was gonna say, and also I think the hype behind it was because it wasn't that much stuff came out this year to begin with, so it was kind of a lull, you know. So when he came out, it was like a breath of fresh air. So I think that's what the hype came from.
Next on the list is that boy Future. Now, once again, I've heard enough. I can make objective opinion on Future. I don't like it. Now, it's just me. He got the auto-tune thing going. I did like Same Damn Time, but out of the other songs that I heard from him, he done some stuff with Kelly Rowland. He done some stuff with Gucci Man. I don't like it. I mean, it's just not me. Now, once again, if you have one of my parties, say Big Tex, man, I want to hear some Future, you tell me what it is, I'm going to play it. But it's just not something I'm going to put in rotation because, in my opinion, it's not really jam. But he's trending, and he's doing a lot of collaboratory work. He does some stuff with Game. He put out a song with Game, and it ended up being on Game's Jesus Peace album on the deluxe version. So he right now he trending, but it's just not one of the artists that I would favor.
Yeah, I want to hear the Future without the auto tune because I don't think he has yet to not use the auto tune yet. You know, a lot of songs jamming. Actually, I like the Kelly Rowland song. I was with my wife, and we came on, and we was actually Kelly Rowland. Speaking of which, we were coming from somewhere, man, and we heard 3 songs with Kelly Rowland on it, man. So shout out to Kelly. You sneaky. You doing your thing.
I think she's getting ready to do something big in 13 because I've heard those collabos too. You know, because one thing I do is I kind of see it for what it is to me. Now I look at the Future, right? And he's singing and he's doing a little auto-tune. In my opinion, he ain't cold as Tyler Boy. And when I look at a dude like Tyler Boy, and Tyler Boy ain't really got on, I look at a dude like Future, he really got on. I'm like, man, what the imbalance is? Because to me, Tyler Boy is a better singer and a rapper. And I think really he could have failed upon that Nate Dogg family trio putting out them R&G hits. So I look at stuff like that, like, man, you know, it is what it is. He making his money, do his thing. Shouts out to Future, but I just look at if the world get a chance to hear this guy, he trumped that guy. So that's how I look at it like that. Next up on the list, Power 105. Power 105 is a radio station out of New York.
105.1, I think.
105.1. They have a show called The Breakfast Club, which is featured DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Angela Yee. Really, it gives me a breath with the hip hop. It gives me a perspective East Coast, but they're doing, you know, the whole slate of music and entertainment. Y'all get a chance, go to their YouTube page, just type in Power 105.1, The Breakfast Club. They had great interviews, man. I mean, I've been stuck to their YouTube channel. Excuse me. Like we was talking earlier, our own radio station here for Hip Hop 97.9, the Box KBAXX, could do something similar, but they don't. So to me, these guys here like some pioneers of what they doing, which really is not like new, but they're getting a good interviews and they put it up for people to see.
Yeah, they putting a face on the voices. You know what I'm saying? One thing that came up on the East Coast, really, the East Coast mad, y'all. They mad because like the South is winning right now. You know what I'm saying?
And been winning. We've been winning for a good 10 years now.
Yeah, and that's not nothing to say, you know, the South better than the East and nothing like that. It's just a fact right now that, you know, over there, Hot 97 as well as 105.1, you know, the South is winning, you know what I'm saying, and it's going into the next year. So, you know, that's one thing that we proud of down here, you know, that would be finally starting to get some recognition. I kind of wish Pimp C was allowed to see it, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, we finally starting to get the respect, you know, they deserve. And, you know, like I said, some of the music is ignorant. I understand that, but in the end, it's all about having a good time. You know what I'm saying? And if the song, if you have to admit, like I said, the year of the Ratchet, you have to admit, you know, you in the club, you drinking. You know what I'm saying? And some of this stuff come on, man, you go get your party on. I don't care what it is. So in the end, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing.
I'd have to be real fucked up to jam out something.
Yeah, but one thing that you know, big old Music Depot, man. One thing he brought up back when we was coming up is like, man, regardless of what's going on in the world, man, it's music gonna always be there, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever is going on in the world, even if we ain't got no electricity or nothing, you can make some music. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure. All right, next up on our list, Oh, Miss Mikey. This is, like I say, this is our trending. Miss Mikey, she's a local artist here from Houston. Very beautiful young lady. She is now one of the new co-hosts of 106 and Park on BET. We want to give her a shout out, man. She's doing a tremendous job, man. She's repping H-Town in the South once again. So shouts out to Miss Mikey.
And again, if you go back to our first episode, we saw this a long time ago. So if y'all go back to the first episode and look at that, we shouted out back then. So
we hate to say that we trendsetters, but we are.
Exactly.
Next up on the list, we're gonna talk about albums. Like, I ain't gonna say album of the year, more or less, but the better albums of the year. For me, I'm gonna start out with one of the latest albums. I just bought it, and I hate I didn't have it with me. Trouble Man. Heavy is the head. Hey man, T.I. did this, man. This ain't that last one he did. What was the last one he did?
Unchained, King Unchained,
King. Nah, it wasn't a King. It was something.
It was Unleashed, something Unleashed, Chain. I don't know.
Whatever it was, the one he went before he went to jail. This one here though, it's throwback, man. When I looked at the cover, I knew it was 5 Mike Classic when I looked at the cover. You gotta look when you look at that cover, man. The cover got meaning to it. He took a black exploitation back in the 70s when we kind of was headlining our own movies and like the kick-ass genre for black people with Foxy Brown and Richard Brown. Yeah, black exploitation. I'm sorry. Fred the Hammer Williamson. They artwork and movies look like that because it was black people headlining the roles, and then we were coming out. It was an empowering movement. So, like, black people won't take shit no more. So you look at that, and then kind of got that Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood look. When you look at the way in the pistol, it got a lot of little symbols inside the pistol. I knew then, I said, this boy finna talk about something. And from beginning to end, he ain't lose on this one, man. If y'all don't have Trouble Man album, man, y'all miss it. My song, I mean, from the intro, from Jump Street is jamming. But he got one of rap's premier artists, Andre 3000. That might be the best song on the album. It's called Sorry.
Didn't he admit something on that? Didn't he admit
3000?
Yeah, no. Didn't T.I. admit something on that song?
I have to go back. What I might have missed it. I remember now.
No, I mean just in general. He said that Andre killed him on his own
song.
Oh,
he did. He said that when he was promoting his album. He said in almost every interview was that Andre had something to say, and like he killed it, dog. I mean, he killed it, man. Like when you hear Andre's verses, and he sung on there too. You like, man, this is what hip hop is missing. And I really understand the fact. See, Andre 3000 is a real artist because, like I said earlier, when you put out a great album, like right now, to me, T.I. don't have to put out another album for 2 years because this album is going to hold you because it's jamming. He can tour off of it. It gives you a chance to sit back and reflect. Andre 3000, he don't put out a lot of music. When he put it out, he's like, ooh, I want some more. And that's exactly what happened. He got a song now with R. Kelly. Oh my God. I mean, it's jamming. The song there with Pink, jamming. I mean, the whole album jamming.
I mean, it surprised me, man, because the songs that they were leaking out to the DJs before the album came out, the last 4 months or whatever, I didn't really like them. There's probably songs that didn't make the album officially, but I was getting kind of worried for T.I. I was teetering on putting him on the loser list. You know what I'm saying? He was just that close. You know what I'm saying? Even when Ballhead came out, I was like, oh, he reaching hard. He really reaching for the like the South and the ratchet now. Because when all else fails, throw on the ratchet. You know what I'm saying? And you probably get wired up again. But yeah, man. I mean, even I had some reservations about Ball, and I was like, but the more I listened to it, I was like, okay. And then now it's like it's probably one of my top 3 plays at primetime at parties now. So, and then with the album coming out and it being a solid album, you know what I'm saying, he done shot to the top, top 5 albums of the year already, and the album just came out. Just to show you again that this was a real slow year for hip hop albums, you know what I'm saying. I think Pop and country pretty much took over the sales this year. But you know, he did put out quality album, and I'm happy the boy back. I need him to keep his nose clean, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and stay straight and narrow, which I think he will. But of course, we said that last time. So T.I., you know,
next one we want to talk about, the game. Chuck Taylor, Jason Taylor, West Coast. Holla at him, man.
Man, I mean, the first thing, of course, is the controversy behind the cover. I mean, a couple of months ago, they actually put out the artwork for it. That was maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and it just sent the Twitter world ablaze about how you got Jesus bloodied out, you know, saying in the bandana and everything. And I think in the story I read that he said it's not Jesus, it's supposed to be Rick James, but I don't know. It looked like Jesus to me, man. But and initially I was thinking, oh Lord, he putting that out, and the album might be trash. But I think Game first album was a classic, man. That documentary, I still jam that today. That the next
first 2 albums was jam.
Yeah. So with this one, I'm about maybe halfway into listening to the song. It has some promise, you know what I'm saying. Gang, I think he coming out with a reality show by leading into his marriage or whatever.
Don't do it.
I mean, I think it's already gonna happen.
You lose all your hood credibility. Game, don't do it.
No, I don't think so. I think this.
How you gonna be G, man? And you got you a reality show, man.
Hey, man.
Now T.I. gangster, but in another way, like we ain't never heard T.I. really, in no game. This boy he's supposed to be blood affiliate.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, like I said, with the hip hop album game being kind of low, he probably eked in the top. I was probably low end top 5, high 6 as far as the albums that it came out this year, just primarily because there haven't been a lot come out. So yeah, the game album I think is so far is pretty good.
Next up, 2 Chainz. Like we said earlier, man, it hadn't been nobody really stain your brain with a name since Mike Jones. I listened to the whole album, and for what it's worth, it's not a bad album for the lane that he was going. Birthday song, heavy rotation. Like I say, Riot. A Riot came off the mixtape. Something else I'm missing that came off that mixtape.
I'm different. Oh no, you talking about the mixtape?
Yeah, the True Religion mixtape.
Okay.
But 2 Chainz is hot, like we say. He making that money. He got the Adidas contract. Can't hate on him, man. Titty boy. 2 Chainz.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? And boy, he signed the contract with Adidas. You know what I'm saying? He putting out, I'm different right now. It's the song that's bubbling in the clubs right now. So, I mean, you can't be mad at him for putting out what he putting out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's consistent. It's, it just is hot. And like I said earlier, if you get my dance floor wired up, that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? I take care of the rest. So I don't think this is the last we hear in 2 Chainz. He probably got another couple of tracks probably gonna drop from the album, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be many more features we'll see in the 2013. So 2 Chainz.
All right, now we touched on them within the trending next. Future and Kendrick Lamar had albums to drop as well this year. Last but not least, Rick Ross. Ross had God Forgives, I Don't. And once again, a solid effort. He had the Maybach music group family on there. What was his last single that he dropped? Was it Pineapples?
I think it was Pineapples, but I think the street track was the Hold Me Back. I think was like the street hit. I think Pineapples more on the the radio side, but yeah.
So those are some of the top albums, hip hop albums of the year. Next little topic we're gonna talk about is just beef, and really it wasn't too much beef, man. The one that's kind of bubbling now is Cassidy and Meek Mills.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Cassidy, he been gone for a while, so I maybe he's using this for for some resurgence. I mean, they both from Philadelphia, so So maybe it's a Philly thing, you know what I'm saying? But I heard both disses so far. Well, I think I don't know who went first, but I heard both of them. They both lukewarm. You know, I think Meek said he backing off because it ain't even worth it. I don't think it's worth it either, but it is what it is, man. It's part of hip hop. You kind of got to deal with it with game and shit like that, beefing with everybody too. Just got to deal with it, move on. I'm not sure if that's gonna help Cassidy come back. I have to sit back and wait because his. I mean, have you heard the condom style he put out, man?
No.
That was wow. He took the Gangnam Style, he just flipped it. And he was talking about condom. Now his message was okay because he talking about wrap it up, but it just sounded comical, poppy, and it's just I don't know. I didn't like it.
All right, our last category is the wait and see, and these are the artists who could have done something this year, or they kind of had the name out there but didn't really drop a project or whatever. So we kind of wait to see excuse me, what 2013 is gonna bring. First we got is Trey. Trey out of Houston, Trey the Truth, recently had signed to
I say it again. You kind of broke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Grand Hustle with T.I. From Houston, Trey. He had done a couple of underground tracks. He did some videos and stuff, but he hadn't put out no album yet. And I think the whole thing was they were gonna push T.I.'s album first before he kind of got into the roster. So wait to see on Trey. Next up is Zero. We kind of say Zero and Slim Thug. Excuse me. They supposed to been putting the album out. From what we had heard from Zero on the box, like I say, with our local radio station, maybe August or September they did a interview with him. He said the album would be out before the end of the year. Well, the end of the year is here. Still no album. No album from him, no album from Slim, or the collabo album they're supposed to be doing together. They just recently shot a video for their song Summertime, which they had out in the summertime, but the video didn't actually come out until the wintertime. So, at that point, we just going to wait and see on them. The other one, you can read the...
Propane. We heard a lot from Propane this year with his mixtape that he dropped, Dangerous Minds, which it's pretty good. I enjoy it. I still jam it to this day. We waiting for the album. I hadn't heard anything yet, so hopefully, next year we'll hear something as far as the album dropping. But the boy's bad. The bar's on point, and that's one artist that we looking forward to coming up in 2013. Second artist is actually is a hit in the East Coast. He's from Houston, but it seems like the New York and the East Coast have adopted him. That's Kurt Cobain. He's dropped 3 mixtapes so far, right?
Four. He
four?
did Procrastination Kills 4.
And they really embraced him over there. I think he has a couple of songs up there. One with Meek Mills. I think it's right. Walking on Green. I think that's the name of it. Or is it Young and Getting It? It's one of the two. Young and Getting It that he getting in it, and they've really embraced him down there. He's I don't know what to say about down here in Houston because our radio station down here is kind of funny when it comes to promoting the hometown artists, because you'll hear a song on the East Coast or the West Coast, and you'll hear it in heavy rotation. And down here, the song's been out for a while, but they're not really spotlighting them. It's not really now whether that's the artist, not promoting themselves down here, or is it, it's something that they're not doing as far as the business wise with the radio station that's not getting this song played. But anyway, he's doing real good up there in the East Coast. I'm happy to hear that he's still representing H-Town up there. As a matter of fact, his last video that came out, I think he's in Houston when they filmed it, so he still got the bowls and the candy paint and everything representing. But that's another guy that we definitely will hear, hopefully more in Houston than everywhere else in the 2013.
And the last on the list we have Marcus Manchild. Marcus Manchild is kind of similar to Kurt Cobain. They kind of came up around the same little time, but Kurt Cobain got a singles deal. He's been pushed a little bit more, but we still waiting to see what Marcus Manchild gonna do. He had a nice little hit. He performed at the car show down here. So wait to see to 2013. Was there anything that I missed?
I guess well, on the production side, I got to give a shout out to Drake Tovin because he's been doing some things. As a matter of fact, I think he won an award on Yolanda Adams' album that came out this year. I think he won. I don't know if it was Grammy or something like that, but he won off of one of the songs that he had on there. So that's actually a producer that's on the come up. And Hangovers and Heartbreaks, I think, is his product that's supposed to be coming out 2013. I think he put out a trailer on YouTube for it that's really, really interesting as far as the concept of the product. So shout out to Dre Tovin and Shay Atkins, man. H-time.
All right, the last couple things we want to do before we wrap it up, I want to give a couple shout outs to a couple more artists and producers on the local scene. Excuse me. And a shout out to my partner D Boss with D Boss Productions. He's one of the local producers here, does some stuff with the Ghetto Boys, UGK, Pimp C. A lot of people. He's been primarily working out of Corey Moore. Corey Moore Studio, Mad Studios. We got 2 locations, one here in Houston, one in Atlanta. We look for some production. We'll put his Twitter feed down here at the bottom. He's hot. Give a shout out to all the artists who came to us on our shows early in the year. I want to spotlight my boy Imagine and spotlight my boy Barrett. Y'all still looking for some new music, man. Make sure y'all go check Barrett out. What's my boy Ron the Rapper? Yeah. Give a shout out to him, man. And like I said, everybody who came on the show.
Young Sir
who came on the show early this year. And in memoriam, we just want to shout out some people in music who passed away. 2 of the pioneers, man, Dick Clark and Soul Train, man, Don Cornelius. It is so funny, both of them had the same initials, DC.
Yep.
Both of them were competing rivals in music television, variety shows. Both of them were big heavyweights in the game, and both of them passed away in the same year. So, shouts out to them. Can't forget about Whitney Houston. Rest in peace, baby. We gonna miss you. We love your music.
Oh no, it's cool. My shout outs, of course, Surround Sound DJs, Texans DJ Squad, DJ Tantrum, C Styles, DJ Risk. Y'all know what it is. And just everybody that just love music, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as sales are going this year, like I said, it's not really doing too well, but you know what I'm saying, there are a lot of people that's putting out a lot of music that don't get the shine that they deserve. So I want to give a shout out to those folks, you know what I'm saying, and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying, if you hear this or see this video, I'm gonna put up some information on the screen in the YouTube bio where you can send us your music, because we're always looking for new music. We're actually looking to spotlight, new music, new folks, you know what I'm saying, to keep it going, because, that's the future. Yeah, we got the Waynes, yeah, we got the Ross, yeah, we got the Drake, but we're looking for the new artists that are coming out, so we can, whether you're from Houston, whether you're from Florida, Cali, it don't matter, East Coast, West Coast, it don't matter. Just send us your music, you know what I'm saying, we'll be happy to spotlight it on the show. Sponsors, if you want to, have your company sponsored on the show, you want to link in a commercial or whatnot, I have contact information for that too. So you can just let us know, contact us, and we'll be happy to oblige.
Also, shouts out to DJs and DJ Exquisite with Space Age Apparel. He's been a major sponsor this year.
Oh, and lastly, DJ Burn. I know we spotlighted his EDM electric dance music Burn Popcorn series. I think he's on 7 now. So I'll put some information on him. He's a DJ from Houston that's making that crossover from hip hop to EDM and pop. music because I mean, believe it or not, man, that genre of music is getting stronger and stronger by the day. Shout out to DJ Byrne. What's up, baby?
All right, man. And in conclusion, man, we just want to say thank you to everybody who supported us this year. Look forward to a big and better things. My voice is shot. So, Big Texas Lonestar.
And DJ Unknown, aka the Unknown DJ, we'll see you in 2013.
Already.